Hello everyone, welcome to part 2 of your vistas, okay, and that is on the face of it. Okay, it is chapter 6. Now we found that Mr. Lamb was trying to make Derry understand, because Derry was showing his helplessness, that with the reference of Beauty and the Beast, how as the Beauty kissed the beast, and the inner feeling is more important, inner love and affection is more important than the outward look, and everyone do not consider the outward look to be the best, and that is how the wild beast changes into a young handsome prince as Beauty kissed her. But then Derry is showing his helplessness, that it was in case of the beast, but in my case the things will not happen. So Mr. Lamb is saying, yeah, it will. The world's got a whole face, and the world's there to be looked at. He's saying that other than your face, so many other things are there to look at, and the world is a big face, and so it is to be looked at, not your tiny face. Do you think this is the world, the old garden? When I am here, not the only one, but the world as much as anywhere. So Derry is saying, you are thinking that this garden is the only world, and so on. So Mr. Derry is telling, yeah, as long as I am there, I am very happy in this arena, and so for me, this is the world. This garden is my only world, and it is more important to me than anything else. Then Derry is trying to change the Mr. Derry is trying to change the topic, and is asking Mr. Lamb whether his leg hurts him and so on. But then Mr. Lamb is saying that it doesn't hurt, but then he's asking what happened when it came off and so on, that things and all. So whether it was hurting and not. And I mean, when the team stops at the top, means that you are trying to put on the leg and all, then your original leg and the team fixes there, so that time does it pain. Then Mr. Lamb is saying, yeah, sometimes during wet weather it does. Oh, that's something else they all say. Look at those people who are in pain and brave and never cry and never complain and don't feel sorry for them. They're saying that, see, people are also such in this world who are not bothered about the things, and they never, people like you never complain, they are never sorry, etc., etc., and you never cry also, so brave you are. So Mr. Lamb is saying, no, I never said I am brave. And think of all those words of all than you. Think you might have been blinded or born deaf, or have to live in a wheelchair, or be draft in your head and dribble. So Derry is trying to make the situation more serious, and he is telling that thing that instead of your leg being injured, sometimes you would have been blind, or you would have been in a wheelchair and so on. So how would be your condition? Mr. Lamb, yeah, that is everything. That everything is true, and we both of us know about that. It won't make my face change. Do you know? One day a woman went by the street, and Derry is telling these sort of changes can be possible with others, but in case of me, my face can never change. And he said, tries to bring in between a situation or a time when he had met a woman. So he's telling that once it happened at the bus stop, he was standing, and another woman was also there, and as they looked at him, both the ladies started whispering, and Derry could hear them. And what was she saying? Look at that, that's a terrible thing, that's a face only a mother could love. And that lady told that his face is very terrible, and only no one can go closer to him other than the mother. Mother can only love that child. So you believe everything you hear them. So Mr. Lamb is saying, so whatever you hear, you believe. So Derry said that, yeah, see how people were saying, and it was very cruel. Maybe not meant as such, as something said between them. So Mr. Lamb is saying, maybe they did not mean what they said, and just casually they were talking. So Derry says, no, what he heard, it was such and so on. And he saying, that is the only, so Mr. Lamb is saying, that was the only thing what you heard, you did not hear anything better in life. Oh no, I have heard a lot of things. So Derry is saying, yeah, not only this, I have heard so many things. And so Mr. Lamb is now advising him that don't hear to anything, just keep your ears shut and so on. You are peculiar, you say peculiar things, you ask questions I don't understand. Daddy is saying you are very different sort of a person. So many things you say, so many things you ask, and at times I find it difficult to understand. Mr. Lamb, I like to talk, have company. You don't have to answer questions. You don't have to stop here at all the gates open. Mr. Lamb is saying, yeah, I like people. I like talking to people, and you are part of this house and part of this garden. So every time you want, you can enter the garden. You don't need to stop and wait for the gate to be open. Gate is always open. It's your garden, and you can. Then Jerry was about to say something, and he stopped. And Mr. Lamb is also trying to show or tell him many other things of attraction in the garden. So he is telling that there are some beehives in certain garden and all, and he likes hearing the buzzing sound of the bees and so on. He likes hear the humming sound, the bees singing and so on. Then Jerry say, but I like it here. I came in because I liked it when I looked over the wall. So Jerry is saying, but I like, and then he is reluctant or hesitant to say something. He is saying, I like this garden and so I came here. If you had seen me, you would not have come in. So Mr. Lamb is saying, no, I think that if you had seen that I was there, then I think that you would have not come. So Daddy is telling that no, I would have. He is saying no, it would have been trespassing. So Daddy is telling, yeah, I would have just passed away like a trespasser, but I wouldn't have come in. I don't like being near people, and Daddy is giving the explanation that reason is I don't like to mingle with people, I don't want to be around the people, and at times because people are afraid of me. You could lock yourself up in a room and never leave it. There was a man who did it. So Mr. Lamb is saying, yeah, one thing you can do, because you want to avoid the company of the people, you can lock yourself in a room, and then he is giving a reference of a person who had done something. Everything in this world, a bus might run him over, a man might breathe deadly germs onto, or a donkey might kick him to death, or lightning might strike him down, or he might love a girl and the girl would leave him. He might slip on a banana skin. So he is giving reference to a man, that the man locked him in the room because he was afraid of moving out of the room, and so many excuses he is giving, that if he moves out of the room, goes out, a bus might come and hit him, then a donkey might kick him and death would approach, some lightning would strike him, some girl would love him and then ditch him and go away, he might slip down from a banana skin, and so many excuses he gave, and that's why what did he say? He locked himself thinking that if he is in the room, then nothing would happen, and went to his bed and stayed there. Then there is questioning, he did it or he locked him for throughout the life forever? No, Mr. Lamb says for a while. Then Derry is very curious to know what happened then. They are saying that he was locked in the room, but all of a sudden a picture which was hanging on the wall fell on his head, and then he was killed. So Derry starts laughing. So Lamb is saying, you see, many peculiar things can happen in life. We got to face them, not to run away from them. Mr. Lamb is then asking, Derry is asking, what do you do all day? So Lamb is telling, he read books, he sit under the sun, sometimes he thinks of his empty house and so on. So many books and things are there, so that is how he spends his time. So Derry is saying that you have windows which don't have curtains and all. So Mr. Lamb says that he is not fond of curtains, and he doesn't want the things to be shut out or hidden anywhere, so that he keeps everything open so that it is seen to everyone and the light enters, and that is why he wants to get rid of the darkness, and that's why he keeps the window open. He enjoys the wind blowing inside the window. He loves hearing the sound of the wind. Then Derry is asking, what do you do when it's raining? They are saying, even when it rains, the raindrops falls on the roof. I like to hear that sound also. So you are not lost, are you? Not altogether. You do hear things, you listen. So Mr. Lamb is saying that, Acha, you are not lost, means you whatever I am saying, you are not getting bored, isn't it? So they are saying, no, people talk about me downstairs when I am not there. What will he ever do? What's going to happen? Means Derry is trying to tell. Downstairs means his parents always say that as long as parents are there, they can manage dairy, but they are wondering or always under tension that when they are not there, what would happen to dairy, how would he manage, and so on. So Mr. Lamb is saying, Doll, you have got 2 arms, 2 legs, 2 eyes, you have got a tongue and a brain, you will get on the way you want, like all the rest. And if you choose, you set your mind to it, you could do better than all the rest. So Mr. Lamb is boosting him and telling that, why are you worried about what people say? You have, other than the face mark on your face, you are fit and fine. You have legs, you have a brain, you have legs, hands, everything, and you can do anything like others. So you should stop thinking about others and you start getting on your toes. So there is asking, how can I do? So Mr. Lamb is saying, as others do, as I do. So there is asking, do you have friends? Yes, hundreds of friends I have. But you live by yourself in this house. It's a big house. So you say you are friends. But I see that you are all alone in this house. So big the house. So Lamb is saying, friends I have everywhere. People come in, everyone knows me. Okay, the gate is open for anyone who wants. They can come inside, sit here. Okay, the apples are there. Kids come in. They keep on taking the apples. Then some come here for toffee because I make toffee with honey and all. So everybody comes here, and whosoever comes, they are my friends. Then there is saying, but I am not your friend. So when I say, yes, who told? You are of course my friend. And as far as I am concerned, what have you done to make me think you are not? So Mr. Lamb is saying, well, why you are? I think you are also my friend like others. So why do you think that you are not my friend? What has made you to think like that? So Mr. There is saying, no, but you don't know me. Just you have known me, and what is my name and things. So how do you think that I am your friend? So he's telling that everything I have to write and give you and all these things before you make friendship with someone. Do you write and give all these things? Then there is in a confusion. No, like that. So he's saying dairy only eats direct. But I hate that. Dairy, if I am your friend, you don't have to be mine. I choose that. So dairy is telling that Mr. Lamb is saying, but you tell me your name, and if you think that by knowing your name I can be your friend, tell me. So he is telling dairy, but they is saying no, Derek, and he says he hates that name and so on. And there is telling, I am your friend and you don't, but not necessary that you got to be my friend. Mr. Lamb says, certainly, I might never come here again, you might never see me again, and then I couldn't still be a friend. So there is telling that I cannot be your friend, or you might be my friend, but I cannot be your friend. But because today every time I cannot come here, today I have come, not necessary that ever I will be able to come or not. So friends meet often. So how can you think that make me your friend? There is telling, no, why not? You should come. So he is telling that I cannot come today. You pass people in the street and you might even speak to them, but you never see them again. It doesn't make it mean they are friends. So he is telling, Mr. Derry is telling that everyone who passes on the way talks to you, and then you never meet those people again. So are they your friends? So Mr. Lamb is saying, of course, if they are not friends, then they are not our enemies also. This sort of conversation was going on, and then there is telling there are some people who he hates, he doesn't like people that do more harm than a bottle of acid. Mr. Lamb is saying that sort of belief is there in your head, and that is why this sort of thought is there. So that thing is very harmful than a bottle of acid. Acid has only burned your face, but this sort of thoughts and things which are there in your mind and heart, that is totally burning you out. And then Mr. Lamb is saying that like a bomb only blew up my leg. There's worse things can happen. You can burn yourself away inside. He's saying that a bomb or that acid has just burnt your face, but more harmful than it is the thoughts, that negative thoughts which can burn you totally. After I had come home, one person said he had have better off stopping in the hospital. He would be better off with others like himself. She thinks blind people only ought to be other mind people, and idiot boys with idiot boys. So that way there is talking about some incident and people with no legs altogether. That's right. So they were having the conversation. What kind of a world would be that? So Mr. Lamb is saying that when people are not there, people without legs altogether, and also how would you think the world would be? So he's saying, at least I would like that other than me, no one would be there and no one would be there to stare at me. So he's saying that throughout the world, you think that you are just the same as all the other people with burnt faces. Just by what you look are, everything is different. So you think that only your burnt face makes all the difference. Everything is same, but everything is different in itself. How do you make all that out? There is still, how do you take the things casually? How do you take the things casually, and how are these things happening to you? So he's telling, yeah, I keep watching, I keep listening, I keep thinking, and so on, and that is how the things that happen. And Mr. Lamb again says that the gate is always open and it is in mine. Everything yours if you want. What's mine is anybody's. So Mr. Lamb is saying, here whatever is there, it is everyone's, not only mine, but it is up to the person who takes and thinks that it is there. And then all of a sudden, Derry is telling, well, that didn't stop you, you didn't mind. It would stop them, they would mind me when they saw me here, they look at my face. He's saying that people don't mind you here, you don't mind I am here. But if someone else comes, they would mind. As soon as they look at my face, they will, they will start shouting. Yeah, maybe they may laugh at you, they may talk at you, or they wouldn't take the risk also. You would. No, you would. You might have be and lose all your other friends because nobody wants to stay near me if they can help you. So it's saying that you are not bothered, but I know that anyone else does bother and they don't like to be with you. I'm not moved. Mr. Lamb is saying I'm not affected. So Derry is telling that why is it so? And this way the things were going on, and then he is asking that Derry is asking, did you get your leg blown off in the war? So Mr. Lamb is saying no. Then how is he's telling that if it is so, how will you climb the ladder and get those damage and all? So he's telling that how will you do that? Oh, he's saying so many things are there, and even though my leg is not there, I have learned so many things. So Derry is asking whether he fell down and broke, what will happen if with that leg he would climb and broke his neck and all. So Mr. Lamb is saying, I don't know, but I could fall down and then break my leg also. So Derry is telling that once you told me that I can help you. So Mr. Lamb is asking that, do you want me to help? Derry is saying, yeah, but I have to tell my mother, and I think she will not allow me because it's 3 miles away from the fields and I'm just 14. So mother won't allow me to come. Mr. Lamb is saying, yeah, people worry. So Miss Derry says, no, they just show off that they worry, but actually they not. Then okay, Mr. Lamb is saying that you go home and tell your mother that you are here. But Derry is saying, it's all the way, 3 miles, I'll go then again come. So he's saying, yeah, it doesn't matter, you have legs. If I don't have legs and I take all the challenge, you have legs and you are quite young, you are just 14. So you can go and come back. You don't know. You don't know what I could do. Derry is telling, yeah, I'll go back. And you know that if I choose. So Derry is telling that if I choose means if I come back here again, yeah, I don't know everything, boy. I can't tell you what to do. He's saying, I don't know the situation at your place. So you decide what you can do. So Derry is telling, you tell me what I should do. So he's telling, do you have to agree? Means whatever mother says or things that you have to. I don't know what I want. He's telling this, Mr. Lamb is saying, you do whatever your conscience says. He's saying, I am very confused. I don't like the garden. I want to come here, but at the same time, mother won't allow me to come and so on. So he's saying, doesn't matter. You will find out the way. So there is asking how. He's saying, waiting, watching, listening, sitting here or going there. I'll have to see to the beach. He's saying, doesn't matter. I'll sit here. I have to just spend my time here. And he's saying, those other people who come here, do they talk to you, ask anything? So he's asking, so many people come here, do they ask you anything or so on? So he's saying, many ask, many don't. then there is showing his helplessness. He is saying, I hate people, and anybody ever comes here and then he is there here all by yourself and miserable. No one would know if you were alive. He is saying you are all alone and no one cares for anyone. So if what happens if you were alive or dead and nobody cares? You think what you please? All right, sir. Mr. Lamb is saying, you do whatever you like. All right then. Tell me some of their names. Tell me some of the names of those people who is coming. So Mr. Lamb just casually said, any Tom, Dick and Harry, anyone. So and then I am off down to the beach. Mr. Lamb gets up and saying, I have to go and see the bees. And then Mr. Derry is saying, you are really mad, you are crazy. So, and then you don't talk sense. They is saying, you at times you talk and I don't understand. And then at this time, Mr. Lamb goes to the bees and Derry is saying, you are also like the others who say so many things and you don't feel sorry for my face. Derry is saying, you don't feel sorry for my face, you are not afraid of my face, you don't think that I look ugly and so on, I am a devil. And then you don't shout that way, Derry is trying to say. And then Mr. Lamb doesn't reply, he goes to see the bees. They quietly, no, you don't like it. And then Derry is telling to himself that I also know like others, you also don't like all these things. And then, but you don't try to tell me. And then he gets up and he is about to leave the garden and he is shouting and telling, I'll come, you wait, I'll run. I haven't got a tin leg, I'll be back that way. Derry leaves the garden, he is shouting. And after that, everywhere there is a silence, and then the sound of the garden, only the bees and the sound of the birds is heard. Mr. Lamb to himself, there are my dears, that's you seen to, you know, we all know, I'll come back. They never do things, not them, never do come back again. And then Mr. Lamb is telling to himself that people are there, they say they'll come, but no one turns up. And that is how the noise fades in the garden. Scene 2, we see that there's a conversation between Derry and his mother, and Derry is telling, mother is very anxious to know where he had been and so on. So Derry is trying to, you shouldn't believe all you hear. So mother is worried about something. Derry is trying to tell mother that she shouldn't believe, but mother is warning her not to, we have not lived here 3 months, but I know that there is to know and you are not to come back there. He is saying you should not go anywhere at the side. So Derry is asking, what are you afraid of? What do you think he is? An old man with a tin leg and he lives in a huge house. So Derry is trying to talk about Mr. Lamb and see. He is saying that and Derry is telling everything about Mr. Lamb. But then mother is not listening or paying attention. So Derry is telling he is very interested, he likes singing, talking and so on. What he has got to say to you. Mother is telling what has he to tell you, why are you interested going there? So he is saying of course so many things matter, things nobody else has ever said. Means he has told me so many things that till now no one has told, and I want to think about whatever he has told. Then mother is forcing him that don't think of all these things and you have to stay here. I hate it here. Derry is reluctant. He says mother, he doesn't like staying there, and mother is telling that no other alternative, and if he leaves, I forgive you. It's bound to make you feel bad things and say them, I don't blame you. Mother is telling that you have come across, you can't help certain things which comes your way. I got nothing to do with my face. No, Derry is very bold and saying, now I am not bothered about my face, that face mark and all. I don't care what people talk about me, how they feel and so on. And now I am going back again to that garden and to help Mr. Lamb plug down the crab apples. Mother is trying to stop her, but Derry doesn't agree to that, and if I don't go back there, I will never go anywhere in this world. Derry is saying, mother, don't stop me here. If today I don't go, then I will never go there again. And he slams the door and goes away. Mr. Lamb, now the third scene, Derry is there in the garden. He is asking Mr. Lamb is shouting, and as Mr. Lamb has climbed the ladder, and we are cracking sound because this is a play which is staged, and a cracking sound is heard from the back door stage, and it seems that the ladder has fallen down and Mr. lamb has also fallen. Derry is entering the garden, is shouting, but everywhere a deadly silence is prevailing, and is asking, Mr. Lamb, I have come back, I am here, and what? But Mr. Lamb, Mr. You are, and he runs through the grass, and there all of a sudden he bends down to his knees, and he is trying to say, Mr. Lamb, is it all right? You fell, I am here, Mr. Lamb, all right, he is trying to ask. And what is he seeing? At the garden, that a ladder is fallen there, and Mr. Lamb is lying down under. Then he gets very tense, and he is asking that, are you all right, are you okay, and so on. But Mr. Lamb doesn't speak, and there is a deadly silence everywhere. I came back, lamb, I did come back, and Derry begins to weep. He doesn't get the reply from Mr. Lamb, and he continues saying, lamb, as small kids used to say, and then he said, I have come. But there's deadly silence. Mr. Lamb doesn't speak, and it seems that he has died, and Derry is before him. Thank you for watching the video.